Hey, what's up everybody? My name's Ryan, and I've been cold plunging now for just over 2 months. And I wanted to make a video to kind of talk about some of the benefits that I've experienced through my cold plunging. Typically, I cold plunge most mornings, first thing in the morning, before I head off to the gym. So I'm usually hitting the plunge somewhere between around 6 a.m. And the temperatures that I'm in are typically, I've been as low as the upper 30s to the upper 50s. I don't have a unit that has a chiller yet, so I'm just thankful that it's winter. But in 2 months of regular cold plunging, I usually go 3 minutes a day. One of the benefits that I've absolutely seen is related to the dopamine release. So I can directly correlate to my cold plunging that when I get out and when I go inside and when I dry off and get ready for the gym, I feel really good. Like, it is noticeable, the improvement of mood and how I feel after getting out of the cold plunge. So I can definitely say that dopamine is there. Some people report that feeling can last for longer periods of time. Like, I don't feel like I'm going throughout the day like, oh, every day is perfect now because I cold plunged in the morning, but within the first hour or so after plunging, I can definitely sense the release of those feel-good chemicals in my body. Another benefit that I've noticed after doing this for 2 months is that there is definitely an adaptation to cold. I've started this in January and February, and it's now March, and there've been some cold days where I've just gone out in short sleeves, and the weird experience that I've had is that it actually feels good. I'm not going out and just hanging out for hours, in 40-degree weather and thinking, oh, this is beautiful, but I certainly am less susceptible to the cold when I go outside now, and there is this strange feeling of it feeling good when I go out in short sleeves in cold weather. So there's certainly a cold adaptation that is beginning to take place that it's pretty cool. I've also one of the benefits that I've noticed in the past 2 months is really the power of the mind. Kind of gets into the aspect of mental toughness and grit, but not just that, but before I get in to the plunge, I'm often thinking, call it a mantra or whatever, but the two that have stuck out over the past 2 months is I say cold is a friend and cold is just a feeling. And it's kind of helped ease my mind as I step into the cold, and as I'm in there, just accepting that this is just a feeling that I'm having. The cold that I'm experiencing, it is what it is. And then the whole friend thing, I don't know, that came to me one day, and just how I make myself get in. I'm just entering the embrace of a friend. It's a little weird, but just the mind-body connection has been a benefit that I've experienced. I'd also say that I can, the cold feels good, especially on days when I'm really beat up. If I've had a long week at the gym, usually by around Friday, I'm actively looking forward to getting into the cold plunge just because my body is beat up and sore. There's obviously anti-inflammatory benefits for cold plunging, Uh, I always do it before I work out because it's the only time of the day I can, for one, but uh, cold plunging after you work out has some negative uh, impacts on like muscle gain and stuff like that. So I don't want to do it right after, but for that beat up body after a long week, to get into the plunge feels really good. And so that's certainly a benefit that I've noticed over the past 2+ months of cold plunging. And I guess the final thing that I find interesting is that the cold shock is still shocking. Like if you study the research on benefits of cold plunging, a lot of it is related to what is happening in the body when it gets shocked by the cold. And it doesn't matter if it's 59 degrees or if it's 36 degrees water. Every time I sit down into it, it is a shock. So that's kind of the things that I've noticed. There's obviously a lot more benefits to cold plunging. Benefits related to the conversion of white fat to brown fat, and all kinds of other stuff. But as far as things that I can point to that have benefited me, that I've experienced in 2 months of regular cold plunging, those pretty much sum it up. So if you got any questions about cold plunging, drop them in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer them. All right. And yeah, always end your plunge with a dunk. Whew.